Hi, I'm Cole, and me and my wonderful wife make up that dynamic duo that we will refer to as the AdVentureists. For over 6 years now, we've been aggressively pursuing FIRE. For those of you not familiar with the term, FIRE stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. So basically, we've been trying to save as much money as we can, limit our expenses, increase our savings rate, and develop a nest egg to hopefully retire early. Now, FIRE sounds pretty great, right? Being able to go into your boss and tell them how you truly feel while not worrying about the repercussions. It is great, but I'd like to say that I think half of it is great. The FI part, financial independence, I think that is a worthwhile endeavor, but the retire early part, I don't necessarily know if I agree with anymore. I think you should be pursuing something that you're passionate about, that you can do for the rest of your life, and go after that with everything you got. So passion's a weird term, and it probably invokes some sort of vision of something you saw on social media. This is not the kind of passion that I'm talking about. Sometimes things in life will be difficult, and sometimes those things will require a significant amount of work. But we're trying to design a life for the future, not necessarily just right now. We're looking long term. So sometimes you'll have to do things in the short term that are very difficult and do not make you happy, but in the long term they will. You're building a life that you will love. At this stage, I'd like to introduce the MiniFI. Now, this is a term that me and my wife came up with, but it just stands for mini financial independence. So, full-fledged financial independence requires you to save up enough money to never have to work again. Whereas MiniFI requires you to save up enough money to take a break and figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life. And we think that this is a better approach. People need something to do in life that fulfills them, and oftentimes this can come in the form of work. And if you're doing work that doesn't make you passionate and doesn't give you that fulfillment, then that may be an issue. So MiniFI gives you the freedom to figure out what you'd actually like to do in life and what you can do in life that won't burn you out like most people are getting burnt out. So I want you to pull out a piece of paper and a pencil. Yes, paper and pencil, not your smartphone. I want you to physically write out the items that make you passionate in life, the things that you love doing, the things that you love pursuing. These can be career related, these can be relationship related, these can be hobby related. Whatever you want to do in life that will make you feel fulfilled, write them out. Now I want to see you make a second list now. These are the items that you've always wanted to do. Have you always wanted to restore a classic car and that's going to take you 3 months working full time? Have you always wanted to travel the world or visit the country that your parents are from and you'd like to live there for 6 months? Doesn't matter what it is, I want to see you list out those items. Maybe you have one item, maybe you have 5 of them. I want you to rank them in order of what you think is most important and least important. Regarding the first list that you made, this is something that I want to see you work on throughout life. Take some time off, put away your phone, put away your obligations for an evening or a weekend, and just think about how you can do more of the things on this list and do less of the things that are off of this list. This will help you focus on what's important in your life and what's critical to you to make you happy long term. With the items you put on the second list that you developed, I want you to separate them into short-term items and long-term items. So short-term items being things that take less than a week or 2 to accomplish, long-term items being things that take you much longer than this to accomplish. So the short-term items, I'm hopeful that most of you can get some time off of work to get done. These are the items that you should be prioritizing within the next few months of just getting them knocked out. There's no reason these items should be sitting around for the long term. The longer-term items, these may require a little more planning to get done, but they're still things that you've identified as being important to you and that you should be actively pursuing. So these are the items that would apply to the MiniFI. We need to figure out how you're going to afford to do these items, how you're going to afford to take time off work and still meet your obligations. Ultimately, the MiniFI is just the tool that can be used to determine what you want to do in your life. Now, this will require some work on your end to pursue. You'll need to figure out how much money you'll need to do your MiniFI. You'll need to figure out how much time you'll need to take off, and you'll need to plan accordingly. I am not encouraging people to abandon their obligations in life. I am asking you to plan for this if you think that the MiniFi would be a great option for you. And I think it would be useful to many people. So for us, the MiniFi that we had planned was a multi-year adventure that required significant planning. We needed to figure out how we were actually going to afford this and how we were going to carry it out. And we were actually able to save up a significant amount of money to do this. Unfortunately, when COVID happened, we weren't able to travel and we weren't able to do the items that we'd wanted to do. So we put it on hold. Fortunately, COVID gave us the opportunity to work less and reflect more and to brainstorm ideas that we could do in lieu of a MiniFi. So for us, we were able to identify one solid idea that we really are excited to pursue, and we're going to be doing this wholeheartedly. So we're planning on taking all of you on this adventure and documenting it for us and for you to hopefully enjoy. And hopefully we're able to live a more fulfilled life by doing this. And hopefully you're able to do the same for yourself. So with this channel, The AdVentureists, we want to document our journey. We want to document the adventures that we go on. We want to document the investing ventures that we pursue. And hopefully more often than not, these two will collide. And that's where the AdVentureists comes in. So if you're interested in following us along, subscribe below, and we'd love to have you join us on this journey.